All right, everyone, welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. My name's Louie. Hopefully you're having yourself a fantastic day. We're about to open today, but I wanted to chat about Sorcery Beta. Wanted to give you some thoughts. I want to ask this question or answer this question I keep getting. Louie, when are you going to open beta? Why haven't you opened any beta? So I'm going to open one booster pack for you today. But yeah, listen, I'm not opening beta right now because I don't know when and if I'm going to be able to get more beta. And more importantly to me personally, maybe not necessarily to the business, but more important to me personally is creating a local community to play beta or to play Sorcery because I want to play with people. I've got like a case or two cases, I think, left of beta boxes. And I could throw them up on my website and they would sell instantly. But unfortunately, that doesn't solve the problem of how do I create a local community. So even though I want to open up beta for singles, I just can't get any more boxes right now. And it seems like one distro has some boxes left. I guess they're holding out on us and just limiting them to a couple boxes a week or something. And nobody knows when we're getting more. So we'll talk about that too. But I gotta give you what you guys are asking for, which is you want me to open up beta. And so let's open up beta. Here we go. We got a Bridge Troll, Divine Healing, Scavenger. We got a Sneak Thief as our elite, and no Curio, no foil. All right, there we go. We opened beta on the channel. All right, let's talk about the beta release and give you some thoughts moving forward and some thoughts of things to think about. So give you some criticisms. Let's start off with the good stuff. I think that the print run so far has been really well received, and we don't know what the print run is, right? But the amount of boxes on the market, nothing's skyrocketed. We're not seeing $250 beta boxes, right? We're also not seeing like $75, $80, $90, $100 beta boxes. They really, whatever the supply is that they put out, it seems like it's gone really well. And so even though I want to, and it's frustrating that I can't get more boxes and I can't continue to sell stuff and make money, I do think it is good that right now distro is not sitting on 1 billion boxes and trying to dump them to everybody. It seems like at the end of the day, the print run currently is good. And the way that they are keeping that tight to chest is also a good win. I hope we see, that being said, like that's how I feel right now. I hope in the next 2 or 3 weeks, though, we do get more product, because without that, I do think you're going to get some spiky prices. If people start thinking that there's not any product left, that's when you can get into some feel bads where people go ahead and buy a case at more than MSRP and then things go down. And I don't want any of that. I'd like to see a nice gradual increase in price over long term. And I would like boxes to sit in that 140 to 160 price range. Where I can actually actively have boxes, not just on my shelf, because I can now separate from the shelf in the store, or from the shelf and from the online store, gamegrove.gg, by the way. So yeah, I hope we get that, and I think we will, and I trust Sorcery on that. Now let's talk about some of the negative stuff. The clumping issue does seem to be higher in beta than it was in alpha. In alpha, we saw a lot of patterns, a lot of themes. You guys saw it on the box openings. Another reason I'm not opening beta right now is because I have not finished the alpha set. I have not finished what I set out to achieve, which is to pull the foil stone or curio, and I'm not quitting on you. But we saw a lot of clumping in alpha, but it was thematic clumping, right? Like you would get a couple of the cards that were the same. But what we're seeing in beta is it seems that like this case will either be a lot of unique foils or 0 unique foils, that there's no happy medium. And we saw some of that with alpha, but the extremities that we saw with beta were not there with alpha. So one thing people come across is like, there's no case premium for Sorcery at all. There never has been. And so you should trust, I think, buying individual boxes. Now, if you buy a case, that's where things get rough because you could get hosed on buying this whole case. But if you buy 6 boxes from 6 different sellers, you're really spreading out your risk of getting one of those like clumpy cases. So I actually think that might work in the favor. It's not a mistake that I hope they make ever again, but it might work in the favor of sealed boxes. It will certainly negatively affect, I think, sealed cases because you have a bigger risk in the sealed case idea. You could get to people where, you know, you open up a box and you get no unique foils, and so then you just sell the other boxes from the case. That could be a thing that people do, but I don't think that that's, I think you would have to open at least 2, maybe even 3 of the boxes to make sure you didn't sell off. Anyway, I don't think, a lot of people are saying that. I don't think it actually works that way, right? Like, what if your clump starts midway through the case and your other 3 boxes are hot boxes for unique foils? It just doesn't, it doesn't pass the sniff test to me. So other things, print quality, I think they look fine. I mean, like, the cards still look better than most TCGs on the market. The problem is that they set the bar really, really, really high with alpha. There's a little bit of a different, you know, look to them. They are a little duller, I guess would be the phrase I would use, but they still look better than 99% of the other stuff on the market. They still do a really good job for the artwork at showing people how amazing the artwork is. They still do a really good job. It's just not where alpha was in terms of the vibrance. So there's been a lot of negativity towards that. I don't think it's really warranted. It's still the best looking TCG on the market, even with beta. So it doesn't really bother me that much. You know, people were playing this in store the other day, and everybody comes up and looks and says, "Oh my gosh, that game looks so cool," and that's good. That's the sales pitch, I think, for sure. And beta holds true to that in a really cool way. Let's get to the curios, because I think this is really a really interesting and cool idea that they've done. The curios, a lot of people feel like they're better in beta. A lot of people feel like they're worse in beta, and it's such a specific reign for the individual. And it's a really cool mix and dynamic where you're going to have beta curios, like the artwork for the original avatars, the air, earth, fire, water avatars, the ones that are just like the sketch cards. I think those will have a higher price tag than a few, if not many, a few of the alpha curios. So you're gonna see beta curios actually have value higher than some of the alpha curios of like the lesser degree. I think that's a really cool dynamic where it gives people something in beta that they know they could potentially get as a huge hit. So that's a really good win in my opinion. The other thing we've seen is some price movement now with beta being accepted at market prices and nothing crashing. We've seen a lot of more interest in alpha singles, and alpha cards are starting to find a price point on TCG Player particularly. We've had a lot of sales at Game Grove on TCG Player. You can save us fees by going to gamegrove.gg and clicking on the singles from there. All the prices will update to be market price, you know, for Sorcery. So the prices should be the same, but you'll save us on fees. Or if you're gonna shop at TCG Player, you can use my affiliate link in the description of the videos. That's super helpful when you do that too. But TCG Player going a long way for Sorcery and really helping us all figure out what is the market price and what is selling. And it's interesting, you saw some of the beta cards come out and the alpha cards went down in price and then have started to skyrocket right back up. Grandmaster Wizard, one of them, where the beta price and alpha price fit together, and then people started buying up the alpha, and the demand dictated that, hey, if I can buy alpha at the same price of beta, let's buy alpha, and you know that's kind of what happened. So that's an interesting dynamic. I hope we get to the point where we can put a multiplier on beta cards to get to alpha price. So like if an alpha, you know, amethyst core is $250 and a beta one is $75, right? And you use that multiplier of 3x or whatever the math is to get to, this is where a beta card should be and where an alpha card should be. But yeah, all in all, I know a lot of people, there's some feel bads with the clumping, but the real win for me is that they got the print run right. They understand their market, they understand where things are, and they understand distro and how things are going. It's frustrating that some distros are like limiting because they know more. It's kind of like a frustrating experience from a store running perspective, but from a market perspective, it does make some sense. But I am not opening beta. Do not expect any beta until I feel like my store has, I still have people trading in for cases. They've been saving up some magic cards that they want to move into, cases of that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of waiting. When we get more product, I will let you guys all know, and I'll put some stuff up on the website. Those of you who did order some boxes, I'm still waiting on some of my promo cards to ship, and then I'll get promo cards shipped out. If anybody didn't get boxes or promo cards with their boxes, there's just like 8 people who ordered cases that I said I'm going to send them out later. So Anyway, have yourselves a great day. Let me know what you're feeling about beta in the comment section below. We'll do some more gameplay. We'll do some more deck techs. We'll get stuff going as my local community picks up the game and enjoys it, and I get some more vibrant players and stuff to do with that. We'll get picked up. But hopefully you're enjoying it. Have yourselves a great day. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Be kind to the people around you. We'll see you guys next video.